Welcome to the Prop Line NFL Week 6. Andy and Corbin here. We're stumbling into the weekend here with our videos. Jim is at a Friday wedding. Actually, Dan is at a Friday wedding. And what's weird is they're both like kind of in the same area of the country. And Corbin is battling sickness. I am exhausted. Let's just get right into it, guys. Apologize if this isn't the most spirited show
We'll give it
that
our
we've ever
best.
that we've ever given. But here we go. All right, we'll go with the Broncos and the Jets overseas game. Corbin, do you like anything in this game?
Yeah, this is weirdly enough, this is the game I probably have the most props to talk about. The first one we can head to the rushing yards. J.K. Dobbins over 68.5 rushing. Jets have given up the seventh most rushing yards this year. You look at the numbers he's been putting up sneakily 79, 101, 83, 76, and 63. Particularly in an overseas game where some of the planning can get a little weird, bit of game script, bit of rustiness with all the travel. I could quite easily see him having quite a few rush attempts and going into the 70s or 80s on that. Next to the receiving, two guys that I don't know an awful lot about, but on paper, the numbers look good. So I'm hoping you might know them. Troy Franklin over 38.5 receiving. Looks like he's the wide receiver too, and second options have been quite good versus the Jets outside of Sauce Gardner covering them. He's had 35, 55, 8, 89, and 44 yards this year, so clearing this total in quite a few games. Could also look at his longest reception. That's been quite good this year. And then the third one I have on receiving is Mason Taylor over 34.5. He's exploded the last couple of weeks, getting far more work. So last week had 12 targets, 9 receptions, 67 yards. The week before, 7 targets, 5 receptions, 65 yards. So he's flying over this total. It's whether those 2 weeks are outliers or if it's trends, if something's changed. That's why I was hoping Jim would be able to
I
comment
can tell
on.
you, I watched that entire game. So what's happening is Mason Taylor's kind of the check down garbage time guy. And I had this one circled because I like Garrett Wilson under. Patrick Surtain has been absolutely fantastic, and I don't think it's going to be that hard for the Broncos to shut down Garrett Wilson. It's not like Justin Fields is putting into tight windows and, and
Yes.
throwing the defense off. So I like Garrett Wilson under, and you're right. Second options have been, how you go after this Broncos team. And Broncos on paper been good, not elite against
Yeah.
tight ends. So yeah, by hook or by crook, I like Mason Taylor kind of correlated with Garrett Wilson
Wicked.
on the
The
under.
only other thing I was going to quickly mention is the Jets over 1.5 field goals. Broncos have the number one red zone defense, and he's gone over in four of the last five. I quite like the Broncos defense. Jets can always be clunky all the time, so over 1.5 Jets field goals I quite like. That's it for this game for me.
I will go back to the interceptions on Justin Fields. It was the most terrifying bet that we've won. We had him to not throw an interception, and he's just throwing it in garbage time, and you're like, oh, he's got nothing to lose. They're going to go for it on fourth and longs, and then he doesn't throw one. I'm off of that one. That was one we
Yeah.
were playing every week. I think we've made our money on Justin Fields. Arizona Cardinals and the Colts. I will go first on this one. Arizona on paper, and this is why I'm going with on paper, are much better rush defense than they are passing. And Daniel Jones is coming off of an under in his last game against the Raiders, where they didn't need to throw in the fourth quarter. They benched him, and they had a drive where they blocked a punt and they started on like the 5 yard line, and he still almost went over. Daniel Jones over. His passing is where I'm going. And then receiving props, Arizona, not great against the tight ends. Tyler Warren over 50 and a half. Other than that, that's about it on this one. Kyler Murray's banged up. I saw he practiced on Friday. We're recording this on Friday. So other than that, I'm not really sure what to do with this game, but I do really like Daniel Jones over. What do you think?
You've nailed it. Tyler Warren
Okay.
is the only one that I had written down. Didn't need to throw much last week, and that's the only concern with the play this week for me. Is I think the Colts could win this game quite easily in that they don't need to throw it that much. I think Warren is actually the perfect like alt piece to have him to go 30 or 40 plus receiving yards. Uh, has worked well, even though I expect him to get into the 50s or 60s. He had 44 yards last week. Again, they didn't really need him, so to get that kind of number is a good sign for me. when he's gone over in 3 of the last 4. And the Cards, as you mentioned, have the 5th worst pass defense. So
All right, fifth worst against tight ends. Let's move on to how about them Cowboys? Give me a
how
yeehaw,
about them?
Corbin. Come on.
Yeehaw! I don't have the enthusiasm for an excited yeehaw
It
today.
was pretty good. It was a pretty good yeehaw. Tough game for me on this one. I'm not really sure a whole lot what to do about this one. I think these lines are pretty dialed in. I will just say that I do not believe for one single second that the Cowboys defense is as good as they looked against the putrid Jets
100%.
last week. So I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm going to go Tet McMillan over 69.5 receiving. And this is as icky as it gets, Corbin.
Oh, God.
Bryce Young to throw over 1.5 touchdown passes. Why
Oh,
is this only plus 111? He threw 3 last week. Other than that, he's only done it once this year, but it's a testament to how bad this Cowboys pass defense is. We barely get there with Justin Fields, but streaks are streaks and bad is bad, and I think this Cowboys
yeah.
secondary is terrible. Plus money on a quarterback to throw 2 against the Cowboys. Yeah, I'll probably hold my nose and do something with it. What do you like?
Rushing props. Javonte Williams, I keep mentioning it every week. I'm just going to continue to play him 4 straight overs now. Uh, Only just went over versus the Bears, but that was a game they were down big. You would expect at worst this is a competitive game, if not the Cowboys probably ahead. So I like that over 75.5 for Javonte Williams. Bryce Young's rushing number is also 9.5. He's barely running the ball. Under in the last 4, and he's had like 1, 2, maybe 3 runs each game. He's going way under this total. So yeah, they're the 2 props I like there.
Nice of DraftKings to drop the rushing props right as I click on it.
Beautiful.
That was really, really nice of them. All right,
Sunday of the week.
we move on to the Rams and the Ravens. I continue to say that I just think that this Ravens team is not interested in trying to win the games before the bye week, and I think this is another game that they're kind of out on. Cooper Rush is going to play. Their defense is going to be rested, and they have a chance to come out of the bye and rip off a lot of wins in a row. I'm not sure how interested they are in winning this game if the Rams get off to a decent start. And we saw Houston absolutely just crush them from the very beginning. Books aren't even putting up Cooper Rush props at this point.
You don't
What is
want
it?
them, trust me. I watched the game last week. If they have them there, you don't want them. You want nothing to do with it.
I mean, 2+ touchdowns is minus 200, which is just insane. I'm actually worried about this over number on the passing yards, Corbin. I'm wondering how much they're going to have to pass the ball if they get up. This could be a
Yeah,
massive Kyron Williams game. So I'm going with Kyron Williams over his rushing total. It's big at 75.5, but that's kind of the only thing I'd be interested in. You?
I'm going to plant my Jim flag and go Kyron Williams anytime touchdown.
Great call.
He, yeah, I don't know. I don't care what the price is. What is it? Minus 180. I don't care. Put it with something. He's going to score a touchdown, I reckon. Only other play that had my interest was Stafford not to throw an interception. Again, don't
Yep.
know how much he's going to throw the ball. I don't think the Ravens are interested, as you said. 3 games he hasn't had one, 2 games he has. I think this is the perfect game where he doesn't throw the ball a ton and easily coasts over. I don't think the Ravens have got many interceptions in them. So
Minus 128. Absolutely fantastic number on that one. That's a good one. All right, moving on to the Browns and the Steelers. I don't have much in this one. The only thing that I have is Quinshawn Judkins on his rush attempts. It's 18.5. If they're gonna keep up with the Steelers, it's gonna have to be with him. And we saw them treat Dylan Gabriel with kids' gloves, which was the right thing to do. I think they do it again, and Judkins just gets handed the ball a lot. They're gonna be down like 3 scores in order for them to get away from the run. Even if it's a 10-point game, they're gonna keep handing it off and handing it off. So Judkins over his rush attempts, only thing I can get behind. What about you?
I have that exact play written down as well.
Nice.
He's got well into the 20s, even when they were down the last couple of weeks. He had 18 the week before. I think he goes into the 20s again. The only other play that I had was Gabriel under his longest pass. Longest completion was 29.5. His longest pass last week was 22. As you said, I think they're going to run a lot. Dink and dunk, I don't think they're going to expose him to a long kind of pass. Plus, the Steelers' defense is competent. So, yeah, I'll take him to go under 29.5 longest pass.
This number on Jalen Warren is pretty confusing. Okay, coming off the injury, Gainwell had the big game, but I don't know. Jalen Warren's had 22, 86, and 34 yards receiving, and now it's down to 17 and a half. I'm pretty sure the Steelers said he's going to go into his his role. I mean, it's like, okay, if you lose your starting, attempts to a Quinshon Judkins or an up and coming like rookie who
Yeah,
has a big game, that's when it's Kenneth Gainwell.
exactly.
Like Kenneth Gainwell had a huge game against a terrible defense. I don't think they're like, oh, this is the next savior of our franchise. So I'll go back
Yes.
to Jalen Warren. Chargers and the Dolphins. Anything you like in this one?
Well, I feel like we have to mention Darren Waller. Number is 36.5. I
He
will
was
not be
11 and a
betting.
half in his
I
first game.
know.
Oh my gosh.
So he's had obviously 27 in the first game, and then I think he had 78, was it, in the last game? Um, it's kind of one of those, he probably goes over just because of the lack of options. It's kind of Waddle, him, and A Chain, and that's kind
A
of
chain probably,
it.
yeah.
Other than that, I'm really confused about the Quinton Johnston. So he went over in the first 4 games easily. And then last week I played his over. He only had 4 targets for 40 yards, and they were down most of the game. So I'm kind of confused on that line. Is it a one-off that he only got that low, or does he go back? The number was, I believe, 57.5. Oh, it's even down to 55.5 now, which is slightly concerning that the numbers there. I wonder what I would have to look into that prop more. Um, yeah, it's kind of one of those. Do we go back to the Herbert no interception because Miami don't get many takeaways? But again, who's running the ball for the Chargers? They're going to have to, like, it's Vidal and I forgot the other guy. So it's not.
Haskins.
Yeah, it's not like, are they going to be throwing the ball a ton more? It's like Miami has a horrible rush defense that even the backup fourth string running backs could have fun against. So Herbert, no interception. Quinton Johnston receiving and Waller receiving are the 3 that I was looking at here.
Everyone's guessing on this. They're saying Haskins may get the first reps because he's familiar with the system that Harbaugh ran at Michigan. You'd have to be in the coaching room to know this one for sure. So the Chargers are just dealing with a million injuries on the offensive line. At some point, you're just out of offensive linemen, no matter no matter how
Yeah,
good your coaching staff
exactly.
is. But is Miami the team to take advantage of it? I don't know. Corbin, I would go right back to Quentin Johnston.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Waddle, or not Waddle, I'm sorry, McConkey and Allen, kind of a little bit more of those safety blankets, a little bit lesser, A dot, like passes downfield, like Quentin Johnston's going to get the more explosive play. So if you're dealing with an offensive line riddled with injuries, you dump it off a little bit short. Keenan Allen,
Mm.
surefire receiver. I'm not worried about Quentin Johnson. I think this is a discount on his passes. And again,
Yeah,
like you're going to depend on Haskins and Vidal. That's terrifying. I mean, that's
exactly. It's one
absolutely
of those I might
terrifying.
come back. I might come back to it one more week. If it loses again, then veto it.
Then we'll be off there. Okay, real quick, guys. Week 6 props pack is up. Easy cash on Thursday Night Football with our first bet of the week. You want to partner up with us? All plays that we have on Sunday and Monday. Again, both days, both nights, all primetime games. Primetime games has been very, very good after last night's cash. We're now 7-1, and went 5-2 last week. So really happy with the work that we've been doing in NFL props. I'm telling you, I've been screaming ever since I've been at WagerTalk. It's the best way to try and beat the NFL as opposed to trying doing spreads and totals every single week. So
Amen.
goal is 58 or 59%. So we're almost at 56% for the season. So I think we're dialed in and feeling pretty good. Patriots and the Saints. I got a whole lot of nothing. This wouldn't be honest.
Okay.
I
Well,
I don't.
I can
I
go
have no
then.
idea.
Uh, I'm tempted to go back to Keandre Miller over his rushing. Was one of my favorite props last week, and he ended up having 41 yards on 10 carries, 65 yards the week before. It's still in the, I think it's 31 and a half. Oh, again, DraftKings don't have the number. It's 31 and a half. I think this is still a discount. I think he's slowly taking over the the rushing from Kamara. I don't know if Kamara's going to get traded or if he's just slowing down a bit or they just don't need him. But that's two or three. It's been progressing up each week. So I think we're still getting a discount on Miller. And then similar situation to Quinton Johnston with Brandon Cooks. His number is 16.5 receiving. It needs a little more research because, as I said last week, he had 20 every week, at least 20. And last week, he only had one target for like 5 yards. It's like what changed? I'm not entirely sure. So, I want to keep fading the Pats pass defense. I've mentioned it almost every week. I think it sucks. So if anyone knows why Brandon Cooks only had one reception, I would be all ears. But it's another one, just like Johnson, where I'll probably play it for another week. If it loses, then I'll then go off it. But I feel like I will give him another chance. So
All right, we're moving over to props.cash. I'm sick of, sick sick of that one. All right, we're moving on to Seattle and Jacksonville. Do you like anything in this one besides the very obvious Jackson Smith in Jigba? But
what
you guys don't need us
it,
to to
it,
tell you
it's
that.
the obvious one, but I've mentioned it every week and it keeps
It
hitting.
just keeps
So
hitting.
yeah, Jags give up the sixth most passing yards. I also love his longest. I think I prefer his longest to his receiving. Uh, his longest is about 25, and I feel like he
Wow.
has to go over that. He's gone over that convincingly every week. So that's one of my favorite plays on the board. I think is just keep playing Jackson Smith and Jigba over his longest, especially against the poor pass defense. So.
Yeah, Jacksonville. What can you possibly take away from Jacksonville from last week's ridiculous game? So, let's see. We will do. Let's see. Now I got to go back and figure out what freaking game we're on.
It's
Sorry, guys.
probably the Titans and the Raiders.
Very, very.
That's the one I've got up next.
Titans Raiders. All right, we got it.
Yes.
All right. The could these prop over wastelands suddenly come out to play here? I'll go first. Listen, we've been betting against him, and I love Ashton Genty over this week. Ashton Genty, you're getting a pretty big line, but this one game that he flew over was against the second worst rush defense. Now he gets the third worst rush defense. So here's a stat for you. He's got 82 carries for the Raiders. The second leading rusher is Geno Smith with 16.
Oh god.
So when there's a carry, he gets the ball, and I think this sets up really really nice for him. That's about all I got in this one. I can't really figure out the Titans. Of course, I
Yeah,
mean, listen, Titans can't figure out the Titans, so I don't know how I can.
exactly. I've wrote two things, and it's in capital letters. Do not fade Genty this week after taking his receiving last week. Just it's not worth the hassle. Uh, but my favorite play is the Titans over 1.5 field goals. 4 or 5 games he's gone over. Raiders have the 11th best red zone defense. If it's not broken, don't fix it. So Titans field goals.
All right, move on to Cincinnati and Green Bay. I'm going back to your boy Jordan Love. It's super, super juicy. I mean, the best price you can find. You can grab minus 145s. It's starting to slip away from our control, but it's going to be Jordan Love to not throw an interception here. This is a Bengals team that has one interception in the last 3 games, and I found it. I found a highlight of it, and this defender just made an incredible play. Wasn't even the guy he was guarding. Like they tried to zip the ball around him, and he just reached out, popped it, grabbed it. It was a really impressive play. I'm just not really sure that the Bengals are going to be competitive in this one. I really don't know how much Jordan Love is going to have to throw, and if he does, how much danger is he going to be in. It just correlates with everything here, Corbin. Rush attempts. Josh Jacobs, 18 and a half. It's a big number. I would go there. This Chase Brown, he's down to 13 and a half. I don't know in what world he's getting 14 carries in this one unless they put him out there to punish him for getting 2.3 yards per carry this year. Of course, it's not his fault. He's getting demolished behind the line of scrimmage, but I've digressed about Chase Brown, who's murdered my fantasy team. What do you think about this game?
Well, I think firstly, I haven't made a same game parlay, but if there was a same game parlay opportunity, it's this game. Um, you already covered basically two of my favorite props. I love not to throw an interception. He's only had one on the year, and it was that ugly one versus the Browns. The Bengals don't have a defense anywhere near what the Browns had. At home, Love is far more comfortable. I love that. I love to throw over 1.5 passing touchdowns. The
Yep.
Bengals gave up the third most passing touchdowns. Their defense sucks. I think this game is going to be quite easy for us. Chase Brown under 45.5 rushing. Again, I don't see where he gets to this number. I've mentioned in the past that our rush defense has had issues, but when you're playing a team like this, I think it's going to be easy. I don't see him getting over 45.5. That seems so
Look how awful
ridiculously.
he's been this year. Just go back to last year.
Yeah,
Like, what happened? Is it really? It's really that bad and that different? It's madness.
yeah. Well, keep cashing because we just keep playing it. And then I've got to mention the boy Flacco over his pass attempts. I thought he has risen from the depths. I thought we were done with Flacco pass attempts and I wouldn't get the opportunity again, but he's risen and he is giving me the chance to continue to cash on it. I don't care that he's only been in practice 4 days or whatever it is. I don't care about any of this. I'm just going to play it. It's Flacco, it's his pass attempts. Wherever, whenever he appears, you play it.
You don't trade for him to hand the ball off. You know that. Get out there and shot. My
He'll
favorite is
probably
the. My
You
favorite
could
is
probably
no.
put him to have an interception as well because he's going to sling it and he's going to
Yeah,
mess up a couple.
I think my favorite is that the books just rolled over the same attempts from team
Yeah,
to team. 35 and a half. Just put in
it's always 35 and
35.
a half. No matter where he is, if he was with the Colts, the Browns, the Bengals, it's just 38
It's
and a half
great.
and it's an over.
It's great. It's great. I mean, just boy, to be cast off from the Browns only to land on the Bengals is truly something special. All right,
Yeah.
move on to the 49ers and the Buccaneers. I'll go first. He's banged up. Mac Jones is rejuvenated, Corbin. He gets with Shanahan. I mean, these numbers don't lie. I mean, look at this: 279, 284, and
Yep.
342. Now he gets the Bucks, who are great against the run and horrific against the pass. And I think you're getting a low number because it's like, well, Juwan Jennings not playing. Oh well, Ricky Pearsall out. Kendrick Bourne's in. Longis is in. Your boy McCaffrey, who I'm sure you're going to bring up.
Oh, we
He
know.
just he went for he was at a team that did not know how to develop quarterbacks to the quarterback whisperer, and it shouldn't be that big of a surprise that Shanahan gets his hands on a quarterback cast off from another team, and all of a sudden he looks pretty confident. So I also want to go to where's my receiving props. As long as Kittle's out, I love Tonjes here. His receptions is at 3.5. It's up to 3.5 now, but it was 2.5 last week. He had 3. Now he had 7. I like this guy. He's getting more and more confident. This is a guy that's got 2 games in a row with a touchdown. How's that for a nice
Yeah.
juicy play there at plus 213? He's a good red zone target. They trust him. He's building a. It's a. What a season in NFL. Jake Tonjes is building rapport with Mac Jones. That's literally a narrative in week 6. So
Yeah.
that's what I like for this one. I'm assuming you want me to go to Christian McCaffrey on his
Yes.
receiving
Christian
yards
McCaffrey. I do not. I don't need to spend long on this. I mention it every week, and he just keeps
every
going
week.
over every week, over. It says 54 and a half. You can get it at 48 and a half in some places still. Again, there's no receivers really. There's like a few on the periphery. Like against the Bucks, like I don't understand why this number isn't into the 50s or 60s at least. Um, so I'm not gonna beat that one to death, but that's my favorite play on the board. Bucks over 1.5 field goals. 49ers have the 8th best red zone defense. The kicker has flown over this the last 3 games with 3, 3, and 5. This has got points written all over. I think the Bucks are going to have 2, 3, 4, 5 field goals again. So I love those 2 plays.
All right, move on to the Chiefs and the Lions. This is a really, really tough one for me, Corbin. I can't tell you I really like anything because you have the Lions that are outside on natural grass. They were good against the Ravens on natural grass, but the Ravens defense is truly horrific. Then the Bengals, whatever. But week 1, man, your Packers really, really shut them down. Now they're on the road, natural grass, prime time against Chiefs. I don't know what else to like
This is a
except
really
this.
difficult game.
Yeah, but I'll just continue to go back to this disgusting, gross, laughable Kareem Hunt prop that for whatever reason keeps hitting.
I can't believe we're still doing it. You mentioned
It
it a
keeps
minute ago.
hitting though.
How are we talking about Kareem Hunt in this year still?
Week
We're
6,
talking about Mac Jones and
2025.
Kareem Hunt and what's going on?
You got to look at it though. Now, granted, this Lions rush defense is good, but Jacksonville's was supposed to be better, and Kareem Hunt rips off a 30-yarder. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I just keep going back to Kareem Hunt. As gross and disgusting as it is, I'm not playing that one big. I got nothing else. I can't find a line that I like anywhere.
I
Overs,
can
unders, nothing.
I've only got Jameer Gibbs over 26.5 receiving yards. 3-2 with the two losses coming against games where he was up big. I expect this game to be close. If not, I lean the Lions. But I think he could easily go over 26.5 receiving. Again, not my most confident play on the board, but a lean that I quite like. Other than that, it's kind of I don't really know what Kansas City we're gonna get. Are we gonna get a competitive game? Are they gonna turn up and look washed again? Like it's the defense
No,
isn't the
no.
same. So
I think they look real good in this one. They can't go 2-4. They got a golden opportunity with all the injuries to the Chargers, and Broncos are starting to look good. That game last night against Jacksonville was so weird. It was so crazy to lose that one. I think they
yeah.
play really well here, but yeah, I can't figure out these props
And
in this.
Kansas is a hard, their home games. They turn up more for the home games as well. It's a hard place to go. So, but didn't the Lions go there? Was it week one last year that they went there and won? So
Yeah, they've done it before. Listen, it's the Lions. They're not going to be scared. I'm just saying
exactly.
The Lions are coming off of 4 wins against some pretty rough opponent. I mean, they got
Yes.
Flacco, and then the Browns traded Flacco, and then they played the Bengals, the team that traded for Flacco in back-to-back weeks. So let's just say the gauntlet hasn't quite been there. The Ravens
Yes.
defense they got to beat up on. So we go Buffalo and the Falcons here again. Tough one. Tough one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean. I'm gonna lean the receiving yards of Drake London. It's kind of been all over the place, but I just don't trust this Buffalo defense. If you get if this turns into a shootout, London's going to be a big part of it, and the Bills are a really good combination to get in some of these shootouts where they have a good offense and a pretty bad defense. So I'll lean Drake London coming out of the he was banged up, but they're coming off the bye. He should be okay. That's about it, and even then, I can't say that one's that strong. What do you think?
Yeah, I haven't delved into these are the Monday night
Mu-
games, aren't they?
Yeah,
The only one Palmer, I played him last week and he went over. I can't read what the number says, but
18
I
and a
like,
half. He went over. He doubled it up
yeah,
last week.
I really like Palmer at this low kind of number. If you remember, he was the one that his longest reception last week was 11 and a half and the total was 14 and a half. So I like that he's basically getting this in two catches pretty much. So if I had to go anywhere, it's probably that, or there was another, I think it was Shakir, but I think he went over last week, but I wouldn't play him this week if I remember.
Just went under.
I think they've boosted his number. It was 42 and a half last week, and they've
Yeah,
boosted to 48 and a half. So I probably would, if I had to pick one, it would be the Palmer.
I'm assuming James. James Cook to have a touchdown. You can grab that at minus 160. It's still laughable. These prices that they make you pay on any time touchdown, like minus 160. What's his
Yeah.
rushing yards? Just out of curiosity. 71 and a half. Yeah, they're making you pay for it. So I don't have any. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this game. So once again, guys, real quick, please also hit the like button, please. Really helps the video out. Helps the algorithm. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Tell us what your favorite prop is, and appreciate all the kind comments. Really enjoy reading the comments that you guys all leave us. No, seriously, the comments have been good recently.
Yeah,
So
I like people post their plays. I like seeing what other people are on, and you
yeah,
can get a nice
absolutely.
discussion going on our videos. We have some nice comments most of the time.
Yeah, so leave us a comment and don't forget, grab this week 6 props pack. Again, 5-2 last week. We're 1-0 to start this week. You get all plays through Sunday and Monday Night Football. And let's tackle, no pun intended, the last game. The
Oh God,
Bears and the Commanders. Took you a while to get that one. Do you like anything in this game?
no.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
don't. Nothing stands out to me. Again, it's two very clunky teams to me. I'm assuming you're going to do your Caleb Williams speech that you do most weeks.
Yeah,
So
I'll take
I'll give you the floor.
yeah, take Caleb Williams to not throw an interception. He's a little banged up, but just keep playing him. He threw one last week against the Raiders, but you're kind of rotating here. And this is just a play every single week. It's 2-2, but again, I'll keep playing it. You go back to last year, and this guy that just doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. So if you've played it every week like I have, you're down, I don't know, half unit or so, but I'll just keep playing it. I just believe in these quarterbacks to not throw interceptions. I do think we need to be in on Roma Dunze, and the books are 100%.
Oh,
They've
they're
caught
already
up.
there.
Yeah, they've already caught up with it. So I will say Roma Dunze to have a touchdown. When Caleb Williams throws a touchdown, it goes to a Dunze. So got 5 in the last 4 weeks from Roma Dunze. So
Again, only plus 100 on a play like that. It kind of feels like it
it's
should be better.
ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Thieves. So, all right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for joining us. Short episode this week. We should be back better than ever next week. Hit the like button, leave us a comment. Good luck on all your plays. Don't forget to take advantage of that Week 6 NFL props pack. And if you're watching it before this, our 5% UFC best bet is on Saturday. Make sure you're doing that. And our live show, UFC Corbin, we're doing it huge on Saturday. We're doing our
Oh
taste
wow.
test. The taste test theme of the week is gas station food. So we're inviting
Oh,
everybody to take part in this. Bring your gas station favorite snacks to the show. Send me pictures of them, and
interesting.
we'll rate them on the show. So me and Jim
Sounds good.
basically, yeah, me and Jim have a bunch of gas station snacks. We'll taste them, rate them, but you guys should do the same in the live chat. So, all right, it's gonna do it for us. Thanks very much. Good luck on your bets. Take care.
Good luck.